Hey! So, you guys, I just love y'all. Y'all always keep me going. Just want to let everybody know that. Yes, sir. Smile! Got to smile, baby! Smile because it happened. Smile because it happened. Woo! You ain't always got to feel like smiling, but you can smile. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, so I've been waiting. I had to do a few things here and there, y'all know. And so, yeah, and because I had to do a few things here and there, I was just telling myself, I was like, okay, so I'm a very visual person. I'm super visual, you know, like I'm very visual. And so, I don't think, what way did I, hold on, y'all. Lily is kind of lost. I don't know which way. Can you go through this way? I think you can go out this way. I'm going to try to go. Okay, I'm not lost, y'all. I didn't give up. But no, okay, so I'm a very visual person, as probably are a lot of individuals as well too, right? I'm just so happy, you know? Even through my mistakes, even through me making the mistake, you know, like I'm needing to be content. We are needing to be content with, okay, you don't have to be excited and pleased about some of the uh-ohs you might have stepped in, but it's just taking on a certain attitude that helps get you through. Because, you know, it's one of those things to where it's like, okay, I made choices. The choices now have yielded this particular outcome. I don't have to be excited about the outcome, because if I look at it, it all stems back to the choice that I made. So because I made a certain choice, now I am having to deal with the outcome, and it might not be a desired outcome. It might be like, ooh, man, you know, one of those type of things. But it's the spirit of saying that might have been a costly mistake. That might have been a costly uh-oh, or that was a sacrificial uh-oh. You know, whatever it is, it's just that because I know the ugly phase that I'm kind of trying to get out of, you know, and I always say, man, you gotta be, I'm brutally honest with myself, you know. Now I'm working on with me being honest with myself. I'm also working on, you know, letting that manifest as well to those around me. So I'm honest with myself, and I'm doing the work on the inside of me, because, I mean, let's face it, I have to. The whole entire goal is because we are beings that are to evolve. You don't want to stay in the same space. You know, you want to be saying, okay, let me look at the things that I have control over. Not only am I looking at the things I have control over, but sometimes I don't have control over those things. But it's what I'm getting at is, what spirit are you bringing into that with you? Because you could be going through a whole bunch of stuff, but then it's like, because the presence of the Lord is right there with you, there's like this peace that you have, that like, even if it was storming and raining, you're like, I'm not wet. You know, I'm not wet. I'm running in between the raindrops. You know, it's just the taking on the right mindset will literally help take you through any situation, even if you're trying to catch up. Even if you're trying to play catch up with your work, even if you're trying to play catch up with time, even if you're trying to play catch up with whatever it is that you're trying to play catch up with, I'm just saying that you just have to make sure that your mind and your mental state is still, you know, got that fighting spirit. It's one of those things, and I think I can say it the best way possible. I don't look like what I've been through. And I knew that I was starting to grow a little bit more when I started saying, but I don't feel like what I've been through. It's one thing to not look like what you've been through, because that's a blessing in itself. to not look like a raggedy mess, to not look like all your failures and your mistakes and your shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and just each and everything that you could even see faults in. You may not don't look like that, that we all have the favor and the mercy to just be anew. I mean, that's just good news in itself, but we are humans and we are beings that we do have these emotional states that we tend to go into or be into for too long, or sometimes we just visit for a little bit longer than what we should have. So, there are the times to where, you still have to look back and say, but I'm going to 100% get through it. Not just, oh yeah, I'm going to get through it, but it's the one thing, the best piece of advice that I had gotten to really help me just really remain on the good foot was, even though you got some stuff back there, just don't get further behind. Even though you got some stuff going on, even though whatever, could be indifferent, what have you. It's the fact that just don't focus too much on back there. Because you still got things that are progressing. You still have things that are moving you and propelling you forward. So, yeah, we could look at all the things back there. Absolutely. But you're not supposed to. And as individuals, a lot of the times it can be very easy to, because I'm going through something right now or because I'm experiencing something at the moment, sometimes it's hard to see past that moment, to see that your days get better, baby. Not only do they get better, but you're able to just kick its butt. That you don't necessarily have to be bound and gagged by those things that are just trying to knock you down. I'm saying in short that you don't have to wallow, and that you have to find your own ways to where you're not wallowing. And those are just simple strategies that it didn't seem so simple at first. So I'm not even going to sit here and make it seem like this was all clear to me and, I just have it figured out, because, it still took a little bit of, okay, well, right on, So that's the one thing I can honestly say that I really loved about it, is that there are times and there are people and there are circumstances and occurrences that when it is meant for you to explore that a little bit more, or for you to get that clarification, or for that insight to be provided to you, you'll get it. That's the one thing, is that you'll get it. Sometimes we as individuals cannot do anything humanly possible to better our situation or our circumstance. So then I lean not onto my own understanding, because everything is already taken care of. It's just that while I'm going through, and while we are having our faith and our spiritual part strengthened and grounded, because you got to be grounded in something. That there's that something that takes you through. There's that something when all hope is lost and it just don't seem like, and how can I, and it just ain't no way. There's just that little something that tugs at you more than what the world can ever, that just says, but you're my child. And you are to go out and tell about the good news. Because I stand before everyone today, a woman that is changing, and boy, does it feel good just to say, man, just the way that I respond to things, it's gotten to be a little bit better. Sometimes I don't talk like I used to talk, My walk is a little different even, Because, baby, when you know that your Heavenly Father got you taken care of, sometimes that part in you still wants to freak out, because you want to wonder, well, I'm not sure how it's going to be taken care of, and I just can't. And but that's the faith part. It says that I don't know how I'm getting to the other side, but I believe that there's an other side that I'm getting to, and somehow it's these little tiny steps along the way on my journey that tells me, oh yeah, just put one foot in front of the other. And I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I stopped looking at those steps. And I start feeling more of everything in my body. And I stopped looking at those steps. No matter where you are. No matter where you are, you must keep going. What do you mean? No, there's something on the inside of you. There's a fire burning on the inside of you that tells you, yes, my child, you go. There is something so great on the inside of you that you just are just like, woo! No matter what you feel like, you must. No matter what it seems like, you have to. I'ma tell y'all all the time. Refocus your focus. Man, it is just amazing just to know that if don't nobody else in this world got me or understand me like the way I need to be understood, I know where I can turn to, and I know where my help and my strength comes from. And that comes from a relationship. That comes from just a little bit more just saying, I'm going to hang out with you today. Let me meditate on your word. Let me prayerfully come to you. But not even only just that. Because we as humans, if you ask somebody for something, at a certain point in time, you're going to be looking for that deliverance. So, if I'm asking, I need to also do the application part, because sometimes on our part as humans, it calls for us to move. Sometimes you got to move. It can't always just be, I went, I came, I saw, all right, did you conquer? Because when you conquer, conquering says that there was something I did on my part to make that thing be all the way complete. With also recognizing where my help comes from, because I know that I didn't do it by myself, but I'm also just saying that on my physical part, without stepping outside of the wheel, I did what I was supposed to do. And that's putting the best effort forth. And having that insight that when I wasn't supposed to do A, B, and C, that when there were times that I was supposed to make a different decision for whatever reason, that I took heed to that I didn't just brush it off. Because sometimes, you guys, you get the warning signs before anything else. You'll get the warning signs. You know exactly what it is that you're supposed to do. Why do you know exactly what it is that you're supposed to do? Because it'll be a voice that talks to you, that tells you. It'll be certain things within your circumstance or even within other people that give you that, ooh, almost like you can't even deny it if you wanted to type thing, So I just say, man, go for it. Go for it. Face everything and recover. That is what fear says. Face everything and recover. And I just know that these words, they gonna touch somebody. They for somebody. I know that the Lord always I just know like I know. And I'm just here because I know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And you just can't get caught up in how you're supposed to do it and what it's supposed to look like. You just go because you're supposed to go. Everything else will follow. Believe me, everything else will follow. How do I know? Because I'm looking here talking to y'all right now. Everything else will follow. You stay true. Stay on the course. Trust the process. Have that faith that binds your inner being, that tells you not only is it going to be okay, but I'm looking for the source of my strength. And I carry that with me, because without it, there would be no way, shape, form possible to where I'm able to do the things that I do on a daily basis. I'm just so glad that I got breath in my body. I have a sound mind. My limbs work properly. I am on the path to just saying, let me appreciate just the smallest things. The things that money can't buy. Me being able to smile from the inside feels amazing. me just reaching out, giving somebody else a virtual hug is so dope to me. Just the smallest things are so amazing to me because they're yours. Nobody can take them from you because they're yours. And I'm just so appreciative. And I will be back. Y'all know I'm going to be back. So, on that note, chugga chugga, peace.